Hey folks, Jayborino here, continuing the Bob levels, custom campaign for StarCraft 1. Very lighthearted, very fun. Bobby's Worlds. Use your favorite units from each race to claim a world for the Bob Brood. This is the last mission of the first part of the Bob levels. Let's check it out. Good news. Bill Nye has fixed his CD drive and has finally succeeded in decoding the information contained therein. Send me lots of money. The disk contains the coordinates of the main base of the Bad Guy Alliance. It is a jungle planet rich in minerals, and the surface is covered with members of each race of the Alliance. It's time we eliminated this threat once and for all. We must destroy the central command structures for each race, thus incapacitating them. Afterwards, I think I'll settle down to raise my own brood on this world.
Transmit orders.
Hey, wait a minute. In the original version, we had to destroy every single building. That took forever, so we're making it easier. Don't complain. Yes, Bob. Thank you, Bob. Count us in. I owe you a favor for getting those guys off my planet.
Sounds fun.
Count me in as well. I should be able to bring in some Terran reinforcements to help us out. It's time we taught these guys a lesson.
Receiving.
I'm getting
headquarters.
preliminary readings on the planet's surface.
Excellent.
There appear to be the remains of an old Terran base near the enemy base. I suggest Jimmy and his boys set up camp there.
It will be done.
I'll set up teleporters at each of our bases so we can move ground units between them more easily.
Receiving
Uh-oh,
headquarters.
bad news. I've detected a revamped stasis chamber. Apparently it's being used to produce clones. Hero clones. We're going to have some superpowered units to deal with. Alright, enough talk. Go out there and kick those bad guys and claim me a new world. Good luck. Go out there and kick those bad guys. Alright, let's wait for Ian the Interceptor. Destroy the central command structures, destroy the cloning chamber. All heroes must survive. Ian? Ian? Is there no E in this mission? There he is. Ian is Ian. I am Ian. You are not Ian. Ian is Ian. Ian has a message to deliver. Ian's message is, boot to the head. That is Ian's message. Ian has delivered his message. Whoa, I don't know what just came over me there. I guess that uses up my time here, though. Have fun on this last level and make sure to download the sequels. I will, Ian. I'm not sure if that was a reference to something with him being like weirdly mind-controlled there at the beginning. Alright, I think we'll probably try to find the cloning chamber and go for that first so we don't have to deal with the heroes.
Keep your arms and legs inside until
Headquarters of the Bad Guy Alliance. Oh dear, this looks like it's going to be a hassle. We have like 5 bases. Just go ahead and land everything.
I read you.
Okay, get mining. Get mining. And, oh, interesting. So the Protoss base is like gas only. Not only, but primarily. So we have 3 bases. We've got Zeratul and some Dark Templar, which we can use to defend. Each base already has some nice setups here. It looks like... Oh, I thought my Terran base was on an island. It's not.
Go ahead, Commander.
Okay, you guys come on over here. We got Bill Nye the Science Guy. He has to survive.
Headquarters.
We've got Jim Raynor in a battle cruiser. We have 1 ghost. Okay, I find this very overwhelming, and it's going to be challenging. Let's just try to get some income going, and it really depends on what sort of attacks the enemy are going to be really hitting us with. If it's going to be just terrible or not too bad, I'm not really sure. I could just cheese this and go mass Tier 3 air and try to get to Tier 3 air very fast. I don't really want to do that, though, so I probably won't. Let's go ahead and throw these fellas into bunkers. Throw these fellas into bunkers. And just keep getting more and more stuff. So I guess let's hotkey my command structure so I can move around the map quicker. So Zerg is going to be 4, Terran will be 5, Protoss will be 6. Let's go ahead and get this mining, get some more probes, and move Phoenix up to help defend. Hopefully my heroes can do most of the defense themselves for the beginning part of this map, and we'll just get some early units to help defend ourselves. My Zerg units, or my Zerg group seems to be pretty well defended as it is. I'd like to get a second hatchery as soon as possible. So I assume this transports us to Protoss, this transports us to Terran, and vice versa with the other beacons. Okay, get mining. This doesn't look too bad. Let's go ahead and get a factory so that we can get to siege tanks as soon as possible.
My life for hire.
Apparently I queued up some zealots I already forgot. So again, it's mildly overwhelming, the options that we have here. Very mildly overwhelming. There's a lot of things that we can do. Obviously, siege mode is going to be important, and it also depends on how aggressive the enemy is going to be coming at us with air units. As long as we're well defended, and it all comes down to where the enemy attacks us and in what direction. Okay, we have too many probes now. There isn't another geyser in here, is there? No. Okay, so this is going to be my building probe, I suppose. Let's go ahead and get a cybernetics core. We need depots. Well, the nice thing about this, and I like the joint races in StarCraft 1 way more than it's done in Warcraft 3. In Warcraft 3, all the income is different. I like how the income is shared here. It makes it a little easier to maintain, in my opinion. Managing the upgrades for all these is going to be challenging. I don't think I meant to build like a solid force with each of these, just really whatever. It's just kind of whatever I want. Okay, so what's coming at us here? Just a few Zerg units. No problem. Let's get a Hydralisk down. I'll probably just make a lot of Hydralisks with Zerg, a lot of siege tanks with Terran, and then maybe a mixed ground force with the Protoss. Or we just make air units, I'm not sure. It would be really sad if we make it pretty far into this map and then realize something's on an island or something shitty like that. Okay, let's get our starport. Let's just, you know, get teched up here. Grab an armory, throw it next to my engineering bay. Okay, make more drones, and we're gonna need evolution chambers. I don't already have one, do I? No. Okay, we can't make lurkers or anything like that because this is StarCraft 1. This ain't no mass recall with the, you know, the garbage stuff that allows me to use the Brood War tech. All right, so I just need to get better saturation on these minerals right now, and I could look for others as well. And it's also, you know, where we want to push out first. I could just make a bunch of siege tanks and marines, send some ground units from my other areas up, or I could just focus on one race to attack with, and then just defend heavily with my others. That might be a good thing to do here. Let's get a lair, get more drones. Research completed, so let's go ahead and siege these guys up. Siege mode, come on up here in siege mode. Never mind, you can't shift Q that. I had hoped you could, you cannot. More Marines. Okay, let's move on in. Looks like White Terran is who we're dealing with primarily as Protoss. Phoenix will be fine. Come on back here, we actually have a shield battery we can repair him up with. Okay, so let's get a few new cannons. Gotta make sure that we stay well defended here. We can always move some tanks down to... We can move some tanks to every area to help us defend. Let's go ahead and rally up here. Siege tank is T, not S. Okay, and then let's start getting our Hydralisk upgrades. Muscular augments is fine. Let's see. And what do we want to focus on with Protoss? I could just get a small group of carriers and use it to supplement my other units. Like, not a huge group, but just a small group. I think I will do that. I have a ton of gas, so tier 3 really isn't that bad. Isn't that bad to consider. We just need to get a decent amount of units at every location. Probably want to start setting up some turrets as well, just around the Terran base, even though there is a decent amount already. Can get a science facility. What is that? Down here. Okay, the Zerg also attacked me down here. Luckily, the Protoss base is pretty well defended. Like, it started with a bunch of cannons already, so that's very nice. Let's just make a small group. And it really depends on how shitty the enemy is going to be, and it doesn't seem that bad. I'm tentative of enemy heroes, though, as you can imagine. So let's see. What are we up against here? There's the stasis tank. That's really not that bad, and the Protoss main building is right there. Zerg is way down in the bottom right. And this, I assume, is Terran right in the middle. Okay, so this might not be too bad. Let's go ahead and get a Queen's Nest so that we can get up to a hive. Get more drones. We need more overlords. I'm not really even looking at my supply at this point. Not really looking at my supply. Let's get another barracks and keep making Marines. Infantry armor, and let's get a second engineering bay, and let's get a second armory. Those, I'm assuming, are enemy heroes. Yes, they are. Jim Raynor can take a beating. Okay, so I'm just going to rebuild that bunker. Go ahead and set up more tanks. And we're going to focus on upgrades here for a little bit of time. I'm going to get a second cyber core. I oversaturated these geysers because I think I am going to go ahead and get a few carriers. Not too many. I'm not going to get crazy. I don't have enough minerals to really focus on that, but I want to get a couple because I think it'll be fun. We just have to make sure that we stay well defended at my Protoss base by getting some extra Dragoons, and we should be fine. So let's get a few more Dragoons. We got Phoenix. We got Zeratul, who does 100 damage, which is crazy. Let's go ahead and start Plasma Shields. That's expensive. Let's see. Ship plating. Let's go ahead and get +2 weapons. Can we afford it? We can. So many different races, so many different hotkeys. It's kind of hard to keep track of. Who's close to getting supply locked? I think that little symbol is Terran. I think so. They did start us out with a bunch of ghosts. How very generous. Okay, so let's get tanks. What's going on up here? Is this Phoenix? No, it's just normal zealots. My Zerg base actually is not really that well defended. I need more Hydralisks. I'd like to start Carapace level 2. I'm getting crazy with upgrades. Let's see. It's interesting that, you know, I'm playing Mass Recall, which is basically StarCraft 1, and the difference with how I play that compared to StarCraft 1. When I play in StarCraft, like actual StarCraft 1, I definitely seem to focus a lot more on getting all my upgrades and being very well prepared before moving out, whereas Mass Recall, I'm more willing to sort of rush. Whereas, again, StarCraft 1, I'm willing to, like, really take the time to make sure that I don't screw things up. We don't need that. And just because I'm just really anal about leaving these add-ons orphaned, let's go ahead and do that. Siege up. Who thought it was a good idea to make the hotkey? Just a terrible idea. We can also go ahead and make some battle cruisers with Terran, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Let's go ahead and get my fleet beacon now. And we get tier 3 air with one group, and then we get just ground units with my other stuff. I need another hatchery. I need many more hatcheries, actually, if I want to utilize the Zerg to any great effect, especially if I plan on making a bunch of Hydralisks, which I've only made 3. Okay, this is looking good. Looks like a couple Zerglings that came in here. The enemy attacks really aren't bad. I assume they'll ramp up, but they really are not too bad right now. I'm very grateful for that, because that could just have been a pain in the ass. Okay, evolutions are completing. That looks good. Are those Jim Raynors? Ugh. Oh, back up, back up, back up, back up, Guardian. I may be in mild trouble here. I may be in mild trouble at the Zerg base. All right, back him up, back him up, back him up. Draw him over into the defensive structures. Yeah, I think I blew it here. Not blew it, you know, but this is bad. One Jim Raynor will get killed by the Guardian. The other Jim Raynor we have to lure into the sunken colony. Okay, get on over here. We'll turn this into a sunken colony. It might be a little too late, but okay. We survived. Those hero attacks are annoying. We're going to have to deal with those sooner or later. Keep making siege tanks and marines.
Upgrade complete.
Marine is M, right? Okay, I thought I was hitting it. It just wasn't reacting right away. Can we only get +2? No, we can only get +1. Oh no, it's actively being upgraded. Whoopsie daisies. Let's go and get +2 here. Let's go ahead and get +3 plasma shields. Actually, let's hold up on that and get carrier capacity, and then start queuing up one carrier. It's 300, right? 350, and then of course we have to build the interceptors. So that's a lot of money. More depots. It seems like I'm doing the best with Terran right now. I think I want to take some time and focus on Zerg, because the Terran right now are well defended. We don't have to worry as much about them. So let's focus on some Zerg stuff right here. Let's wait for some money and then focus on some Zerg stuff here. I may need to saturate this even more. I'm not sure. Let's start scanner sweeping. Gotta make sure we bring some detection with us. Bill Nye might be effective in that. Okay, so we want to kind of make a blitz for this area first. I may just get my tanks over here. We can siege over the wall and destroy the stasis tank. That may be worth it. It seems like right now they're only sending Jim Raynors at us. Maybe there's some devouring ones or something. I'm not sure. Bill Nye the Science Guy. What a treat. Okay. Keep that going here, and let's keep making some Hydralisks and Hydralisks. If we get enough Hydralisks, I'm really not that worried about... I'm really not that concerned about the enemy heroes, to be honest. Okay, so we've got our carrier. Let's go ahead and queue up a second one. We have Mutalisks coming in from over the wall. The AI doesn't seem to be set to anything, like, absurdly challenging, which is nice. It doesn't, like, I'm not noticing any of the consistent enemy attacks that we've seen in the past, so... generally, you know, you get a big group of, for Terran, for example, you get a big group of Marines, then Marines Firebats, then you get the Vulture Firebat. It's just like a weird mix. Okay, so Jim Raynors are going to continue to come in here. This is going okay until they start coming at us with maybe the heavier hitting stuff. Okay, make this a sunken colony. My Zerg base seems to be really really focused on right now. It's mildly annoying. I think I might go ahead and move some tanks over here to help defend. Just a couple. I don't want to go overboard with it. Guardian, you're doing well. Once we get a few carriers as well, we'll be in much better shape. Carrier, make the interceptors. And we just need minerals at this point. I'd like to start taking out some enemy bases so that we can actually... Okay, maybe that was Jim Raynor, maybe it wasn't. It went down really fast. No, see, here's the Vulture Firebat attack, but again, it's very, very small. I think the AI is set to maybe even easy on this mission, just because you're expected to deal with enemy heroes, which is actually nice. That's really nice. I'm so used to being stuck with absurdly challenging enemy AI settings. At this point, it's nice to have a bit of a breather, and I think there's a nice little gimmick on this map with the enemy heroes. Plus, you know, it's just meant to be a goofy, fun map anyway. So we're going to stick with the Marines. We're going to stick with the tanks. What's gas heavy that we can get? I guess High Templar, maybe Guardians. I mean, you need a lot of minerals for those too, so perhaps not. I'm pretty certain we can't utilize the beacons for air units. It said specifically in the briefing that it was ground units only. Yeah, so it must be ground units only. No big deal. Okay, we can get a few Dragoons as well to supplement our ground forces. I'm going to make like a nice little diverse force here and attack from multiple angles. I'm going to try to attack with the Terran to take out the Protoss. Maybe we can link up with our Zerg base in the upper right. That's what I would like to do at least. Go ahead and siege on up. Keep making tanks. Keep making Hydralisks. I could get +3 right now or just make more. I think we just need to make more. We just don't have enough. Okay, it seems actually like we're on the high ground with the Zerg, which is nice. Let's see, did I hotkey my... I said all those hotkeys earlier and I'm not using them. I'm usually not keen on using hotkeys unless I absolutely need to. You know, reference my playthrough of To the Bitter End of Warcraft 3. If you think I'm unable to use hotkeys, you can go fuck yourself, because I completed one of the most rigorous, I would argue, one of the most rigorous hotkey-intensive campaigns ever created for a real-time strategy. So I don't want to hear it. So on that note, I can do it. I'm just lazy, so we'll see if it's absolutely necessary. Again, I set them up, but I haven't had to really use them yet. All right, so now the Hyperion's coming at us. I don't like that one bit. I queued up a few Goliaths. I should get another factory. Anyway, the point is I can do it. I just typically don't because, again, I'm lazy. That's really the only excuse that I have. Let's go ahead and get queue up +3. We're going to be 3-3 on the Terran. Let's go ahead and get nothing on the Protoss stuff. Let's go ahead and spend a bunch of our money on interceptors right now. Very cool. We got some Goliaths now. That'll help us against enemy air battle cruisers. Let's go ahead and unseat some of these tanks that we can bring with us. And I'd like to start a roll here. I can use these Hydralisks to come down and take out this area if possible. It depends on how heavily defended it is, and I simply just don't have the money. To reinforce like I would like to. I think I have a nice force here, though, so I think I'm going to attack with that and continue to reinforce with Goliath specifically for anti-air, because I think we're going to need the anti-air. I'll bring Jim Raynor with me, too. He's the cool Terran. Okay, so let's move up with everybody. It's actually a large group right here. Let's see if we can move on in, siege up. I don't think these are enemy heroes, so it's not incredibly necessary. It wasn't. Okay, so let's go ahead and rally on up with my barracks. That was a big attack that was coming for me, so it's nice that I caught that. Get another carrier. Go ahead and spend some money and finish up our interceptors on these 3. Is that Phoenix? Phoenix the giant tarantula? Maybe, I didn't quite catch it. Back to depots, and again, I think Terran is my one race right here that I'm struggling with because I'm actually focusing the most on it. Which is strange because Terran, I feel like, is one of my weaker races. Though a lot of, I feel like, at least in StarCraft 2, most of the campaigns are Terran. So I think I've gotten better with Terran, and it's slowly becoming one of my favored races to play. Maybe not in StarCraft 1. Okay, so let's take these Hydralisks. Well, wait. Okay, let's take a moment here. I'm going to wait for some money, and I'm going to queue up some upgrades before I forget. Let's wait for 500 and queue up +3 for my Hydralisks. Very slowly. There we go. So let's do that, and then we want to get +2 with my carriers. We could poke out with the carriers. Actually, let's wait. It's going to be very challenging to do attacks from multiple directions, and I don't want to. Okay, we got Sarah Kerrigan, which is funny because she does very poorly against buildings and such. Okay, down she goes. You know what? I should also be bringing Bill Nye with me because we're going to need detection with this group. And I have too many buildings to set to all the hotkeys, so I just need to mouse back and then grab them all. All right, we're +3 with all Terran infantry, which is nice. We have another carrier. Spend a bunch of money there, and let's go ahead and get air weapons level 2. Okay. So let's start moving out here with this group. Move up to the next seemingly safe area. We have enough tanks, and I believe they're 3-3, or they will be very soon. Yeah, they're about 3-3. What do we have here? I saw some enemies. Are they hunter killers? They may be hunter killers. I'm not sure. Either way, let's just lure them into my defenses. No, they're not hunter killers either. Marina! Oh, he survived. What a dream. Okay, let's just get all this stuff up here. And let's move. Like I said, I want to move up against these colonies. So let's do that. You guys, I gotta be careful with you. I'm gonna hotkey you guys because I don't want you to just wander over enemy territory, enemy anti-air. Okay, my Marines and Goliaths are gonna run into sunken colonies. Who is this? Tom Kazansky, there he is. This is why I'm making, well, that's also why I brought things that can detect, because Jim Raynor can be seen. Okay, wonderful. Move on up. Spot for my tanks if you can. So I could go straight for the Nexus, or I can go for the... I think I'm going to go for the Stasis tank, honestly, because I don't want to deal with the enemy heroes. Again, I'm gaining money. This is very good, but I'm really focused right now on making sure that we can do this properly. Okay, so move on. Whoa, not that close. Right up to the edge. Protoss Tarantula. Move on up, cover the tanks, start getting rid of the defense, and then we can start poking away at the Stasis tank. Okay, everybody move on up. Very nice, and then meanwhile, let's just take all these Hydralisks and start pushing against whatever Zerg base is down here. Just auto-attack into it, unless they have infested Terrans. I really doubt they'll have enough to take care of this. Okay, Bill Nye, why don't you spot for us? Should bring an SCV up. Protoss Archon. There's an entrance over here, so if we can't hit it, it looks like we can. Nice, okay. It'll take a little bit of time, but we'll get there. My Hydralisks are on their way. I'm going to leave a few of them at home just in case. This is looking good. Apparently, I sent an SCV over here accidentally. Oh, that's what that sound was. I heard that earlier. I'm like, what the fuck is that sound? It's like, look at... It was transferring between locations. There's the infested Terrans. Okay, but we have enough Hydralisks. We can get rid of them. We've destroyed the cloning chamber. That should be the last we see of any hero clones. Very nice. There's a Reaver. Protoss Slug. Okay, move on up. Okay, Yamato this. Sijan up. I'm very grateful that Reaver didn't stop to shoot at me for a while. Let's move on up with my other units that I've been building to make sure that we stay covered with my Terran force, and we're pushing through with my Zerg force. I was going to say I need more Marines, but if we can get through with these Zerg forces, then that's pretty much all the cover we're going to need from anti-air. I just need to get some SCVs up there to cover from, or to repair my heroes, because I don't want to lose them. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and start my air weapons, and what I can also do is take my carriers and start pushing out with Protoss. I mean, I make more Dragoons as well to cover them from the ground, just some beef. So let's do that and see if we can get up here. All right, my Zerg buddies are here. It looks like there was an infested Terran there. That must have been what that was. And we're actually mined out here, interestingly enough, so I think I will have to take that Zerg base over here. I will do that. So come on over here, build the hatchery. This is a nice base. Sure, at least it will be. And we want to try to get the Protoss out of the fight soon enough. We're going to need more tanks. Let's go ahead and get those going. Make a machine shop here. I didn't mean to do that. Get another battle cruiser too, just one. Okay, rally on up, and now we've got a nice little group here. So where are my carriers? I never actually moved them out anywhere meaningful, at least. So let's start pushing up this side of the map and see what we can find with my Protoss forces. I'd like to group up with everybody. We started out very separately.
Destination.
Okay, let's move forward here. It seems like the enemy is setting up a bunch of crap. Let's make sure they can't get this all set up. All right, SCVs move on forward. And let's start moving on in. I'm going to assume that there's a huge anti-ground. Okay, target their carrier. Protoss, you don't need to be doing that. Come on down here and help me get rid of this this area. They're trying to escape. I'm flying over cannons. There we go. Did I queue up +3? I did. We're going to get more carriers. Oh, I've been supply blocked this whole time with Protoss. Plasma shields, let's do it. Okay, that's working out well. Jim Raynor, back up. Don't get yourself killed. Keep pushing in. We just want to push towards the Nexus. Thank you for making it that you only have to destroy the command structures. Also, the self-awareness in the briefing talking about that is awesome. Okay, let's move on in. Meanwhile, we've got a nice Protoss force doing some work here. Rebuild some interceptors because we've lost some. Actually, destroying this with the Protoss doesn't really matter seemingly, or at least I don't think it will. All right, yeah, I was gonna say kill that that High Templar before it can do anything. Okay, everybody move on in. This is still going pretty well. There's Reavers here, unfortunately, but they may not have any actual units inside of them. Make a bunch of Dragoons, rally them on up. Okay, hit the Nexus, and let's see if this makes everything neutral for the Protoss at least. The Protoss bad guys have been defeated. Yes, okay, so they become neutral. That's great. Okay, here's our other battle cruiser. Let's move forward with everything and just keep cleaning this area out. We have to also finish up this area of Zerg that's up here. I think I can use my SCVs to mine, because they're the same color, the same faction color. I think I can use my SCVs and mine to the Zerg hatchery. I'm fairly certain. Okay, let's keep this up and try to cut a swath through this group of stuff using the Protoss. Let's get another gateway as well. My SCVs are making their trek over. Oh, I'm trying to do this in a multi-pronged fashion. I think Terran are next. I think they're the closest thing to be able to kill. Okay, let's get ship weapons and more Hydralisks. I'm just going to stick with Hydralisks with my Zerg friends here. I don't know about SCVs mining from an extractor. I can give it a shot. Need more pylons. And we're just short on minerals right now. Okay, that seemed fine. And actually, I was a little nervous there, but then I realized it doesn't matter because there's All right, drone goes down. Yes, okay, perfect. I can mine that way. Let's go ahead and get an extractor here. I forget what I was saying. But yeah, the enemy AI doesn't seem to be set too challenging. The enemy heroes are gone, so I think we're on the upwards slope here. This is great. We probably don't need all these tanks. I could bring them down. We're going to start pushing towards Terran. And let's scan and see how to get there. Scanner sweep. Let's see. There's got to be a bridge. It looks like it's possible. I think I'm just going to be using my Protoss carriers to get there at this point. I think I have more queued up. I do. And then let's just get more and more Dragoons. Rally them on up. We're going to use the Protoss to primarily push towards the Terran base and hopefully cut through with my other units along the way. I'm going to use these units to just wipe all this stuff out and make it easier to get through to my my friendly base. Bill Nye, don't. I should probably save. I think we're fine though. SCVs I'm using to attack. Shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, I want to take out the remainders of this the Zerg area. All right, move up with Bill Nye. They can see me. Or they're I can't speak. You know what I mean, not what I say. Alright, we're gonna wipe out this area. Just take out all these random Zerg buildings that are sort of in the way. Got some Zerg units here, and we also have to wipe out whatever's over in this area. Or is that all connected? It is. Something got teleported, and I don't know what. I actually have no idea what. Okay, so Protoss. Keep pushing over in this direction towards the Terran. It looks like it's an island. We've got the Dragoons, too. I think I can start +3 shields. Let's do it. We're gonna need a Templar archive, eventually. I mean, we don't need it, but I would like it. Okay, we have to find, there has to be a bridge. I mean, there doesn't have to be one. In fact, if there wasn't one, I wouldn't be that fucking surprised. Okay, let's go and clean out this area. There's just random Zerg that seem to be coming through here constantly. All right, repair this, grab these units, and bring them down here.
Anytime you're ready.
I mean, my forces over here have been very depleted. So I should actually focus on rebuilding them by getting a bunch of Marines and Goliaths. I'm going to do that. I've got the cash, sort of, to do that. These Zerg fellas really want to be rebuilding. I will not let them. This map is very large. If that's not plain, this map is too large. As usual. I can bring the carriers up, and yeah, I think I am, because there's ghosts down here, so I need the detection. I think I'll get a science vessel, maybe a couple more science vessels. Actually, overlords would be the best fashion of detectors, but I didn't get any of the overlord upgrades. Okay, is there any way up here? Let's just take this group of units and attack up this ramp and see. We got the Dragoons coming up to meet us. It looks like there's no easy way up. So I'll use my air units. That's what this stuff is for. We can link up all on this up on this side of the map, which will be nice. We'll have the carriers to cover us. Carriers actually destroy this stuff, please. There you go. Okay, we've got the Marines. Let's keep rallying them up, or moving in this direction.
Greetings, Command.
And making sure that this whole area is cleaned out in case we want to take it for later. This seems like primarily Protoss up here, but there's no ground path, unfortunately. So we have to find the correct path to get into the... We have to find the ground path to get into the Terran base at this point, which is slightly annoying. Let's go ahead and take this base, even though we don't need it.
We have you on visual.
Okay, yeah, there's some Zerg stuff over here, but nothing crazy. Now we've got a joint force for sure. This is great. Let's move everybody in this direction. We'll get some SCVs to heal up Jim Raynor. I feel comfortable bringing Jim Raynor. I feel pretty comfortable about it. Let's grab these units and bring them on down here. Poor Dragoons. You don't deserve to die that way. Make more interceptors, please. I could take this upraised base as well if I feel like it, but I don't. Melee attacks. Get some more battle cruisers. Rally them on up down here. So this is very cool. It's just definitely time consuming. You explicitly don't have to destroy everything, but oh my word. This is Terran, unfortunately. Yeah, come over here. Come on over here. We'll make more cannons. Cannons should be enough to deal with this. I mean, by the time that the Wraiths actually destroy anything, should be fine. I mean, the other cannons should finish. Maybe not. I was wrong. Make some Dragoons. Leave them here. Okay, that should be fine eventually. Let's try to make our way into the Terran base somewhere. Hey, but really, how do we get in? Looks like no. Don't tell me. Okay, here's a ramp. So we have to come down here. Okay, heal up Jim Raynor.
Right away, sir.
Come on over here, assholes. There you go. Okay, lure him into the cannons, and we're fine. Ground armor, we can go ahead and get a Templar archive now so we can get more upgrades. Wonderful. And they've rebuilt here. What a bunch of assholes. Let's go ahead and get one sunken colony. It'll clean this stuff up. Battle cruisers are done. +3 in the air.
Orders, sir.
move up with the tanks. I'm very spread out. Let's start moving everybody down in this direction with the intent of going to push into the Terran base. We have a lot of stuff here, and we'll be covered by our air units. That's pretty much why I built them. So this is good. This is going to be challenging to defend ourselves from other directions. Okay, we'll send some units up. We've got these units. We got to, like, gather up all of our extraneous stuff that's just around right now. Got to be careful, because our science vessels may go the wrong way. Looks like all my other stuff is in the right place. Okay, let's clean this up with these hydralisks. Not sure what was under attack there. Let's go ahead and bring all this stuff down, and I think that we can utilize this to start pushing across this bridge. I'm going to use the carriers to basically poke in. We can send these units as well, the battle cruisers, and then we'll just flood across with a bunch of other units. Sure, siege on up here. These hydralisks can all move on down. Ground units move on up. Let's make sure that we bring some science vessels up with us before they inevitably come in with cloaked wraiths. Now we can flood across with our ground units and push towards the command center. Hopefully it's not on some weird upraised bullshit. Looks like no. That's good. Okay, science vessels actually move up. Like I said, expect wraiths, and there they are. Or I expected wraiths, and there they are. Looks like this is the only way into this base, so this was the only thing. This is the only way to do it. I'm going to make a bolt pretty much straight for the command center. Let's take this group of carriers and go for it. Looks like they built a second command center, which is interesting. All right, just attack this stuff here. Jim Raynor is fine. Okay, keep attacking. Do we need to remake any interceptors? Looks like no. I don't know why they rebuilt a second command center here. Did we get EMP'd? I don't think we did. Interesting. I always expect to get EMP'd. Move on up with the science vessels. So for a last mission, this is it's a large map, but it's not obnoxious. And I think that, you know, it really comes down to only having to destroy the primary enemy structures. So that's nice. Terran bad guys have been defeated. Now we just have to go to the bottom right to the Zerg. I took this base, but I don't really need it. We have to find our way to the Zerg. So let's start scanning around. Looks pretty easy to get over there. Okay, so everybody come on down here. You'll make it there eventually, friends. And then we're just going to push straight into the Zerg base. I think we have enough just stuff to deal with this, honestly. I think we have more than enough. There's some battle cruisers here. I'm auto-attacking. What that means is this stuff is going to get distracted by the Terran buildings that are just around. But that's okay. See, like this. And, you know, honestly, that's fine. You know, they'll all get some extra kills for themselves. Congratulations. Looks like some Zerg buildings down here. So there's another Zerg base here. Not a big deal. I mean, we're basically 3-3 with everything. Every unit that we have should be 3-3 in some fashion. Maybe not the Dragoons, but that should be fine. So I did my best to make this like a joint task force, if you will. All the allies together doing their thing. That's how Bob the Cool Cerebert rolls. You build strong alliances. I don't know what I'm saying. All right, let's get down here, everybody. Don't get distracted. I knew you would get distracted, but let's try to keep you on topic here. Oh, we have to find the old guy. Dropships, I'm gonna send you like down the entire right side of the map and around to try to find him. You can also scan. Gotta scan around to find him. Well, I only have one command center. Let's make. Oh, I never got an academy. Gotta find the old guy before we push into this Zerg base. This is very important. Possibly the most important thing at this point. So let's check again. We're gonna check around the very outsides of the map and just keep an eye on the mini-map.
Strap yourselves in, boys.
Because he won't show up on the mini-map after we've gone over him, basically. He's only going to show up where we have complete vision, not fog of war vision. Okay, and then let's grab my other... Didn't I have another dropship? Fly along the top of the map. He might be on, like, the very edges, or he's going to be, like, on an upraised platform somewhere. Maybe, like, down here. Well, let's just take a look. Again, I'm keeping an eye on my dropships on the bottom and the top. And then I'm just going to make a bunch of comset stations. I might make a cut here if I... Oh, never mind. Got lucky. Ha! I did it! I climbed a tree.
Job's finished.
Yep, all you young'uns thought I was too old for such physical exertion. Well, I showed you, didn't I? It was easy, too. Okay, I confess. I'm not actually in the tree. I'm just standing directly above it, so it looks like I'm in it. But it's not my fault. Nobody in this game can climb trees. It just isn't fair. Maybe the Zerg will evolve a tree climber for StarCraft 2. Just leave me alone. Make like a tree and leave. Classic old guy.
Go ahead, HQ.
I love that. So apparently in the original version of this, we've seen a few times there have been references to this version being changed. Apparently the old guy wasn't in it, and he's there for like future versions of the game, but not in the he's there in this version of the game, and he was there in like the Bob Levels 3 maybe, or maybe 2 and 3, I'm not sure. And so he was kind of retconned into these maps because apparently he must have gotten good reception. I really am pleased with these maps in general. They're just so enjoyable and goofy and silly, and we don't have any heroes on the ground, do we, that can get killed by some shitty infested Terran? No, I don't think so. Here come the queens. 4 queens. No broodlings. All ensnares. I'll take it. That's great. I think the queens in StarCraft 1, they're programmed to use ensnare if there's more than like 1 or 2 units. If there's a small amount of units, they'll use broodling, but if there's a bunch, they'll ensnare. I'm fine with that. I mean, ensnare is a good ability. It slows down attack speed. It's not really advertised to do that, but that is what it does, which is pretty cool. There's the infested command center. Move on with the tanks. Siege on up. What a dream. All my fellas are here. I would say the carriers did the hard work here, but I think everybody had a role to play. That's for sure. The Hydralisk moved in and supported my Terran forces that got rid of the stasis tanks. The bad guys, the Zerg bad guys, have been defeated. No, you fools! How could you do this to me? Huh? We rescued you from this errant fella. How does stopping him hurt you? Don't you understand? I am Aaron the Devious Terran, founder of the Bad Guy Alliance. How could you? How could you, civilian? Everybody always made fun of me because I was a civilian and couldn't attack or do anything, but I showed them. I showed them all, and then you had to ruin it for me. But I still have a few more tricks up my sleeve. You'll pay for all of this. Prepare to die. Jim the Cool Terran. Okay, so there's heroes coming for us. I'm gonna save. This is Bob Levels 105, just in case. We don't want to lose our heroes. So what do we have to do? Maybe we just have to come over here and kill this fella. Okay, so these are all just heroes. I'm not too worried. I have a lot of units. I have a lot of units down here. Let's just keep Jim Raynor and Bill Nye in the back. I assume the goal here is to just kill this stuff. Again, I'm really happy that it's not Guimantag. I mean, I thought it would be Guimantag, but it's not. No, those are my last clones, and you're still alive. You've ruined everything. I hate you all. You haven't seen the last of me. See you later, Aaron the Devious Terran. Having said this, Aaron the Devious Terran flew away to some unknown place, thus leaving room for future sequels. Through their adventures, the Zerg, Terrans, and Protoss have developed a deeper understanding for each other's differences and discovered that they truly couldn't stand each other. However, in the event that future Bob campaigns needed making, they agreed to form a good guy alliance to defend each other against attack. Bob the Cool Cerebrit settled down on the planet hereafter named Bobby's World, and the Protoss and Terrans left from their respective homeworlds. There's Bob the Cool Cerebrit. Where has Aaron the Devious Terran disappeared to? Are more Bob levels on the way? Yes, I'm certain of it. Of course, and they're available at the same place you got these. Download them all. A GeoCities URL. The Bob levels were created by Tim. Thanks to Mike Lemmer for his meticulous beta testing of this enhanced version. Without him, these things would be full of bugs. No, I'm not going to thank you for playing these levels. Every campaign does that. Most professional games even do that. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. Now go do something worthwhile with your time. Tim, this is worthwhile. I'm making pennies on the dollar from people watching this, from watching this, Tim. This is worthwhile for me. Also, this was a real treat to play. I enjoyed this a lot. When I say pennies on the dollar, I mean less, like, pretty much your view is less than a penny for me, so don't get any wild ideas thinking that your single view is helping me through college or something. Anyway, this is great. I look forward to continuing the rest of the Bob levels. I'll play 2 and 3 just right after this. I don't think I'll do anything in between them. Looking forward to it. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.